Okay, so question 1 is asking us to find the midpoint of A and B. So this is very similar to what you did for homework last week. So A is a point, we go across 1 up 3, and we go across 7 up 3 for B. Now, this is our x-axis here, and this is our y-axis. So the x always goes first, and the y always goes second. So across 7 up 3, 7 is the x value, always goes first, and 3 is the y value. Now, our halfway point, now this would be easier to see on your squared paper. We've moved from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that should be more of a straight line than what I have here, but your squared paper would make it easier to do that. So halfway would be 1, 2, 3 places. So we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 at this side, and 1, 2, 3 at this side. So our midpoint would be across 4 up 3. I'll write that down here. Now, what we want to know today is how to find the midpoint of 2 points without having to plot them at all. So, is there any relationship between these x values that might give me this midpoint of 4? So if we look at 1 and we think about adding it to 7, we get 8. And half of 8 is 4. So we add our x values, we get 8, and we half our answer, which is 4. We try the same with our y values. So we add the 3 and the 3, and we get 6. We half our answer, half of 6 is 3, so that's correct. So what we need to know about the midpoint formula is you add your x values and half your answer. You add your y values and half your answer. Now we're going to try this with 2 new points here without plotting them. So we add our x's and we add our y's, and we half both the answers. So I'm actually going to call this x and y. I'm going to call this x and y. Because this is my first point, I put a little 1 beside the x and a little 1 beside the y. And because this is my second point, I put a little 2 beside the x and a little 2 beside the y. So the very first thing I'm going to do is add my x's. So I have 7, so I have my x's, which I have 3, and I have 7. So it's 3 plus 7, but I'm going to have to half my answer to get the midpoint. I'm going to put a comma there because a comma goes in between. I'm going to add 7 plus 5. I'm going to half that answer as well. Okay, that's the hard part done. Now, 3 plus 7 is equal to 10. I'm going to still leave that over 2 because I'm not going to half it yet. And I have 7 plus 5 is 12. I leave that over 2. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. And 12 divided by 2 is 6. So my midpoint is 5, 6. Now, you can figure this out and get straight to this answer here if you want to. So 3 plus 7 is 10. Half of 10 is 5. 7 plus 5 is 12. Half of 12 is 6. So you can write this down as part of your working out. But if you're comfortable putting this straight into your calculator or doing it in your head, you can go from here to here. But this part has to be written out exactly like this in detail.